Hello, I am your spiritual transformational life coach, Patricia Booker, here with Kingdom Business, where we are empowered, where we heal, we get delivered, and we get free. We know who we are. We elevate our minds and our spirits and raise and expand our consciousness to ultimately walk in our true divine purpose and power. And that is the truth of who God has created us to be. Kingdom people, we are history makers, we are world changers, we are dream successors, we are wealth generators, we are manifestors, we are curse breakers, and we most definitely are transformers, more than meets the eye. We are. Yes, kingdom people, we are. Thank you for viewing my videos, kingdom people. Thank you for all the likes, the subscribes, the shares, for all the financial contributions to my channel, all the seeds that you sow into me in my ministry. Thank you for all the emails, the comments, and for all of your inspirational stories and your testimonies and all the topics and subjects that you are sending to me for the upcoming podcast show, as well as the radio talk show. Thank you, kingdom people, so very much. I really do appreciate you and everything that you do here on Kingdom Business. Thank you, kingdom people. And so, without further ado, you already know what I'm here to do. And if you don't know, now you know. I am here to drop this, beat this, word this message. Yeah. So, kingdom people, before I get into that, I just want to say one thing. If anyone is here watching on my channel, viewing any of my videos, and you don't like me, and you don't like what I'm saying, it's not what you prefer, I ask of you to not watch me. I prefer you to go somewhere you like. If you don't like me, if you don't like anyone else, not just me, if they're not the people that you like, that what they're saying resonate with you or you're enjoying them, you really shouldn't be there. That means it's not the place for you. You shouldn't go on anybody's platform trying to change them unless they ask for your help to change them. But yeah, it's best that you go where you like. You shouldn't be watching anyone that you don't like, or that's just not your person, or someone that you care to view or entertain. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Negative comments and saying nasty things is what I'm getting ready to speak about. What I'm here to speak to you today about, this was just really on my spirit. God is saying they are weak. Now, this is something that I've been very aware of for a long time, and I always say this. I say this to myself. I'm aware of this. I say it to my personal people that I talk to, but I have refrained from speaking this out loud publicly. However, yesterday, it was on my spirit. God was like giving it to me to speak on. And I'm like, God, you want me to say that? And he said, yeah. So, things worked out yesterday while I wasn't able to do this video, film this video. So I'm doing it now. And again, kingdom people, they are weak. What am I talking about? I just started off saying how people would come to your channel, come to your whatever it is, and talk about you, say nasty things about you, say things which you should change. That's weak. Because you shouldn't be there if you don't like them. People do not do what they do, what God purposed them to do, for others to dictate and try to change how they're doing. If I'm not paying anyone for their advice or to help me change something, I don't necessarily care to hear your opinion, especially if you're not saying anything positive and uplifting, which is going back to the point. That's weak. Anytime someone is trying to tear you down, kingdom people, they're weak. Think about this. This was just really on my mind. The only kind of people that try to tear people down are people that are weak themselves, because they need to tear you down so they can feel strong, which means what kind of people? They're weak. You know, it was just really on me, like even controlling people. Think about this kind of people. Narcissists. People that try to control you. What are they really? Weak. Because real people, strong people, and mature people, I'll say, don't try to control people. They encourage people to be strong, to be independent, to do their own thing. When someone is trying to control you and restrict you, kingdom people, they're weak. That's an indication that they're weak. Now, I'm not speaking of how sometimes many of us, you know, sometimes we all have some weaknesses. And I dare to say you don't have to, because you can strengthen your weaknesses. But that's a whole nother thing. I'm speaking in terms of people that do negative things towards other people, trying to control them. Even those ones, y'all know the ones that try to stop you, block you. They're weak. Who does that except for someone weak? We kingdom people not doing that. We don't try to stop nobody or block them. In fact, we help them to get better. We help people. We help people to overcome. We on a positive note. Only weak people try to break people down, try to stop them from moving forward. Only weak people don't want nobody to be better than them, or don't. And who's to say who's better than anyone? But think about that kingdom people. They feel that way because they're weak. Only weak people think like that. It was on me, even competition. Those ones that try to compete with you. Some will say they secretly competing, maybe. But sometimes we're aware that they're trying to call themselves competing, and we let them go ahead and compete. But we're not in the competition with them. They're in the competition with us by themselves, because we don't compete, because we're not weak. When people are trying to compete with you, they are weak. The good thing about that is you set the standard. That's why they're competing with you. They just don't get it's not a competition. However, that is an indication to them that maybe they need to step their game up. But because they're weak, they think they have to go into competition mode, not understanding they could never beat you at your own game, beat you being you. People be trying to outdo you being you, which means they're trying to be you. Or something like that, which is what, kingdom people? That's weak. That's weak. Now, let me say this. I'm not, again, in no way, shape, or form speaking of people who are weak, or to have, sometimes we might be physically not up to par. We might be weak physically. We might be vulnerable. We might be those kind of things. I don't want to say too much. So I'm saying don't say too much to that, because those kind of weak people will try to play on that. So I don't want to even give those kind of people, the ones that view you for all the wrong reasons, I don't want to give them anything to attack the kingdom people, even though ultimately it won't work. But this is my point, kingdom people. They are weak. Them ones. Them same ones. The ones that are jealous, that are envious, that hate, that block, that try to stop you, that do the black magic. I just literally heard that. They are weak. That's why they have to resort to black magic. That's why they have to resort to all these negative attempts or demonic activities, so to speak, because they are weak. Anytime you see people acting in that manner, they're showing their weakness. They're showing you that they are weak. They really literally are showing you how they feel inside, that they feel small inside. I don't care what kind of front they put on. If they exemplify any of those behaviors, trying to control you, trying to stop you, block you, mess with you, compete with you, any of that nonsense, even those that talk crazy about you behind your back or in your face, like trying to downplay you or bring you down, that's weak. They are weak, kingdom people. Listen, A famous psychologist, Albert Bandura, he's well known for self-efficacy, and that is the belief in one's ability to achieve their goals. I thought about this. I was listening. I came across this information in my class last night, just doing some coursework, and it rung a bell. And what occurred to me is, these people, just think about it. Those who try to stop you, block you, jealous of you, they don't believe in their ability to achieve their goals. Listen, kind of people, those ones that that want to use you and take from you and try to get what they can out of you, try to break you down and be mad about what you got going on. Kingdom people, they don't believe in their ability to achieve their goals. They lack self-efficacy. Efficacy, I want to say it's efficacy, but the lady said it's efficacy. E-F-F-I-C-A-C-Y. Many of you already know that term. Kingdom people, they are weak. They don't believe in their ability to achieve their goal. And furthermore, when I contemplated on this, what occurred to me is some of them don't have goals. They don't have goals, not any real productive goals. Guess what goals they have, kingdom people? To stop you, to block you, to take from you, to trick you, to manipulate you. That's their goal. They're weak. They don't have real goals for their own life to help them advance themselves for real as productive people. You know what I'm saying? As like advancing yourself spiritually, mentally, you know what I'm saying? Even physically, being healthy, all of those things. They don't do that. They will rather have goals to try to take you out, to try to stop you, to try to block you, to try to get what you got, to compete with you. Those are their goals. They don't have real goals for themselves and their lives. Why, kingdom people? Because they're weak. And they may have something. They may have some kind of status or some kind of position, whatever. However, it doesn't go any further than that. Which is why they want to control you. Which is why they want to take from you. Which is why they want to attack you. Which is why they're trying to take you down. I just literally heard, which is why they want your spot, your position. Something was on me last night about trying to overthrow you. And I just laughed. God was just showing me some stuff. I cracked up laughing. I'm like, who thinks like that? But if you go to scripture, a lot of what we deal with these days, all through the scriptures, even all this jealousy. How many people was jealous that we learned up in the scripture? From Joseph to Daniel to the 3 Hebrew brothers. I mean, we can go on and on. Jealousy been going on for a long time. People trying to control you been going on for a long time. Hell, Pharaoh. Oh, I didn't mean to say that, but I mean, that's a real thing. Pharaoh, he had the children of Israel, the Israelites as slaves. That's control. I mean, and we know how slavery continued and still continues right now today. That's a controlling thing. Why, kingdom people? Weak. When people feel like they have to control you, they feel like that's their only way of having power. Which is what, kingdom people? It's weak. It really means they're weak. And they need to think they need to do all these things to be strong. That's part of why some people in authority and in so-called power are abusive. Because they're weak. People who are not weak, who are strong, who are mature, who are good-hearted people, they rule righteously. They don't rule abusively. Some people who have authority should have authority, and eventually it's stripped from them because they abuse their authority. Yeah. So look. Also, I thought of this. Henry Ford, his statement, his quote, whether you think you are right or you think you are, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you are right. So either way, if you think you can, you're right. If you think you can't, I'm saying this to say, these ones that don't have self-efficacy, efficacy, they don't believe in their ability to achieve their goals. They don't believe in it, so they're right. They're right. They can't achieve their goals because they don't believe that they can. And again, many of them, I've learned, don't have any goals, not any real goals. Their goals are always to go after people and to hurt people, harm people, what they can get out of people instead of getting things for themselves. And what they do get for themselves is very minimal. And anything outside of that, they feel like they got to take it from someone else who has it. Why? Because they are weak. Check this out. Let me read the definitions of weak that I have. One is lacking the power to perform physically, demanding tasks, lacking physical strength and energy. So what's happening here? These people lack the power to perform. It says physically demanding tasks, lacking physical strength and energy. But I would go a step further and say even mental. Lacking the power to perform mentally demanding tasks, spiritually demanding tasks. Their mentally demanding tasks, instead of using their mental to be productive, they'd rather use that mental to try to think up and plot how they're going to get you. Weak. They use their mental in the wrong way. It's like, you know what I kept hearing, being here, and I'm hearing it now. So smart that they stupid. Or using your smarts for stupid. You could be smart, but if you conjuring up stupid stuff, now you stupid. Or you using it to do something stupid, which kind of makes you stupid, which is weak. Another definition for weak: liable to break or give way under pressure, easily damaged. Part of why these people don't have any higher goals because they're liable to break or give way under pressure. They're easily damaged. That's why they don't strive for anything more. Because they're weak. They're liable to break. Think about this. The ones that try to break you. They try to break you because you're strong. You're not easy to break. But guess who is? They are, because they're weak. That's why they're trying to break you. Again, strong people don't try to break people. We build people up to be strong as well. So only weak people try to break people down. Only weak people play tricks and mind games and try to control and manipulate and plot on people and how they're going to get them and all that craziness. Only weak people do that. Now, let me tell you why they're weak, kingdom people. Because they don't have God. They don't have God. They don't have relationship with God. They don't have relationship with Jesus. They haven't received Christ. So that makes them weak. God hasn't granted them the strength. Because God is our strength, right? Check this out. 2 Corinthians 12:10. That is why, for Christ's sake, I delight in weakness, in insults, in hardships, in persecutions, in difficulties. For when I am weak, then I am strong. Check this out. It says, that is why, for Christ's sake, I delight in weaknesses, in insults, in hardships. It just hit me. See, I wasn't even on this, but it just hit me because I'm just realizing lately how I delight in things like that. Hardship, insult. When people think they're doing things to hurt you, it's a little delightful because it makes you strong, stronger. But furthermore, because you are strong. And here it goes. For when I am weak, then I am strong. The thing is this, kingdom people. We're strong, but even when we're weak, you're strong. You know why? Because the God in you, the God in you kicks in. I like to take over. I like it to take it a step further. I like to personally just always live through God. Let him go forward before me, being my strength, instead of getting weak and then needing his strength. But sometimes it happens, and it's not that you're not using his strength, but sometimes, because we are flesh as well, we're human as well, we need him to take over. I'm saying all that to say they don't have that. They don't have Christ in them. They don't have relationship with God for that to kick in. That's why they're weak. They don't have that. That's why they are liable to break or give way under pressure. That's why they are easily damaged. That's why they don't strive for higher. That's why they'd rather try to take from you or stop you, try to block you from going higher, because they don't have the ability to do so. They don't have it. They haven't been graced with it. 9 times out of 10, these evil ones, it ain't happening. So that's why they go after you, because you have something that they can't have. You're strong when they're weak, so they want to weaken you so they can feel better being weak, and they trying to make themselves feel strong. Psalm 73:26. That is why, my flesh and my heart may fail, but God is the strength of my heart and my portion forever. So my flesh and my heart may fail, but God is the strength of my heart and my portion forever. So even if our heart and our flesh fail, if we feeling weak, to say God is your strength and He your portion forever. They don't have that, but we do, kingdom people. God is our strength. That's why they can't break us. Not if we really living and moving and having our being in Him. And I'm just hearing some people that may profess Christ or say they know God. I don't know. I'm just getting some people may have broken people like that, but they may not be living, moving, and having a being in them for real. You can know of God and say, yeah, but if you're not really living it and walking it, and it's not really imputed in you for real, then yeah, you can be broken. But when God is in you for real, I'm just hearing, greater is He that is in me than he that is in the world. When that's real for you, ain't nothing they could do with you. And then they're weak. So that's why they try all these tactics, because they're weak. Isaiah 40:29 says He gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak. And He's talking about His people. If we feel as His people, as His kingdom people, if we feeling weary or weak, He says He gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak. So even in our weakness, and even if we feeling weary, He gives us strength and power. See, we have that. They don't. They are liable to break or give way under pressure. They're easily damaged. But we not, kingdom people. We are not. We are not weak. But I'm going to end this right here by saying they are weak. Kingdom people, I'm going to let that rest right there. So, if you like this video and or if it resonates with you, please just go ahead and give it the thumbs up. Also, click on that red subscribe button and subscribe to my channel if you have not already done so. And click on that bell right next to that red subscribe button so that you can get a notification every time I upload another video, kind of like this one, kingdom people. Also, if you are interested in any of the services I presently offer, you can find all the information right down below in the description box. If you are interested in financially contributing to my channel and or sowing a seed to me and my ministry, you can cash at me at $L Booker. That's capital L, capital B, OOKER, number 1. And also paypal.me/Latricia Booker. Kingdom people, feel free to send me an email if you would like to comment on this video. As you already know, my comments are closed to keep the channel free of contamination. Please continue to send in your inspirational stories and your testimonies for the upcoming podcast show so that you can be featured on the show. And also, please continue to send in subjects and topics to discuss on the radio talk show that's coming up. And yeah, kingdom people, I think we've covered everything. You all know I would love you all so very much. I really appreciate you all being here with me. And let me remind you that we are. We are history makers. We are world changers. We are dream successors. We are wealth generators. We are manifestors and we are curse breakers. And kingdom people, you know we are transformers more than meets the eye. We are. Yeah, kingdom people, we are. Kingdom people, with that being said, much love, light, and peace, and many blessings to you all. That is my time. Jesus girl, she's out. Peace.